Welcome to today's episode, everyone. We've got a very exciting guest for you guys. Kumar, thank you so much for joining us today on the podcast. I'm really excited to dive into Firmly's solutions, kind of your journey that led you to start this company. And so we really appreciate you coming on.
Pleasure to be here, Tyson.
Awesome. So maybe we could start by you telling the audience just a little bit about what your core, areas of focus are with Firmly and kind of what led you up to really starting the company and to the point that you guys are at now.
Sure, yeah. We've been in business for last 5 years or so,
Nice.
right? And most of the time we spent on R&D, researching a lot of merchants' websites and how
Oh,
they,
wow.
you know, organize the data, how do they interact, front end, back end, and all of this. Quite a bit of research we did and understood this,
Uh,
and that's what's helping us to provide a good platform where any partner of ours can just do one integration with us,
uh,
and now that they can connect to any of merchants that we have integrated with, and we have connectivity to now close to 11 million merchants.
uh.
So partners can just do one integration and they can get access to all of those, right? So that's the beauty of our platform we built.
Oh, wow.
And just to answer your question, how did we get here, or how did we start this?
Uh,
Is primarily so in my past jobs, one of the challenges I run into was that a lot of partners would come and pitch to me saying, "Hey, how can I can help sell your products in different places?"
mhm.
But the moment I ask, "What do I have to do?" I have to integrate with them. I did few integrations
Mhm.
with them. The reason why they're asking me to integrate was primarily because if they redirect the customer to my site,
Mhm.
then they lose the engagement, right? So customers
Uh,
lose their property,
100%.
right? And then the second problem is they lose attribution because they don't know the customer purchased or not, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's not consistent.
Yeah.
And then also they cannot collect any data about the consumer, so they cannot target or personalize the experience in that platform, right?
100%.
So that's the challenge as a platform. But as a merchant, for me, if the customer is not coming and transacting in my platform,
Mhm.
I cannot build lifetime value.
Mm. Right.
So that's the problem as a merchant I was facing. It's like, man, one, I cannot just keep infinitely integrating. On
Right.
top of it, now you're not giving me first party data. I'm not getting it. So what's the point?
Right.
Right? And it's not a sustainable business. And that's when I start thinking, I mean, new channels are going to keep coming. And when these new channels are coming, I want to be there as a merchant in those channels
Right.
so that, I can acquire new customers. At the same time, I cannot keep integrating with all these players. And
Right.
that's where I was thinking, how do we solve this problem?
100%.
So we started thinking about it, and then we sort of built a layer on top of all the e-commerce platforms
Yeah.
in a way that the merchant don't have to do anything, literally.
Oh, wow.
And then now we can enable that shopping in different destinations.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing some insight, giving us kind of a background into really what you guys are able to special in. And what caught my attention as well was like the work that you are doing with AI chatbots. I know that a lot of people are using AI now, especially customers, to look up, different types of products that they're looking to buy and kind of do their research online as well. And so you guys are actually making AI chatbots shoppable. Could you maybe like speak to really like what that looks like as, like from when the customer is really searching for, let's just say a potential merchant's product. And then also, for the merchant side of things as well, like what does that buyer journey look like up until like they basically are able to purchase really from the chatbot itself?
Yeah, great. So definitely, I mean, this is one of the primary use cases that we enable, right? So now we signed a partnership with Perplexity. They're great partners. So now, if you look at it, if you go search for, so let's just say you search for running shoes,
Yeah.
and then you see they use their crawled content from the web. They produce a nice results. saying, okay, here are the recommended products that they recommend.
Mhm.
Then the moment you want to purchase it, instead of redirecting the customer to the site, they enable a shopping experience right there. And
Ah,
that experience is powered by us, right? So where you get inventory at a variant level in like size 10 is available, but size 9.5 is not available. All that
yeah.
we provide at a real time basis. So that now you as a customer, you choose the size and you just
Mhm.
purchase. Magic happens using our API. We can place the order on the merchant real
Oh,
time,
wow.
and the merchant sends immediately. You will receive an order confirmation email from the merchant, whomever it is, right? So whether
Oh,
it's
wow.
sporting goods or Fleet Feet or whomever that could be, that the merchant has the customer has purchased from.
Oh, wow. How awesome. I mean, I know especially from like a merchant's perspective as well. I'm assuming like the old traditional way to where, you know, somebody is maybe searching for, like you mentioned, a pair of running shoes, and then they're directed to an external website. I believe like there's drop off there from customers that actually don't end up purchasing. So for, the merchants that are working with you guys, they're actually able to capture like those sales and not really lose out on that revenue. Where did you guys see that use case and really, identify that data? Because I know on your website that you mentioned, that is really what's happening is, consumers, once they go to an external website and they've got to add a product to their cart and then check out, a lot of the times they don't end up making it all the way through that process. How are you guys like really combating that? I know we talked a little bit, the AI chatbot use case scenario, but across like, ads on social media as well, like how are you guys basically streamlining the process now so that drop off doesn't really occur?
Exactly. So just to give you an industry data,
Mhm.
every extra click in your purchase funnel you have is just standard industry data.
Mhm.
You would see 10 to 15% dropout.
Oh, wow.
So every extra click you reduce in the journey, that much increase you're going to have in the conversion.
Oh, wow.
And that's the reason why Amazon is very successful because they have reduced the number of clicks in the purchase funnel that they are able to convert better compared to other merchants, right?
100%.
So in this purchase journey, what we're basically helping is one, we eliminate the number of clicks, and you are able to buy at the point of inspiration, right? So as soon as you see the product, you like it, and then you find the variant, the color, the size, whatever you fits you,
Mhm.
you like it, then you should just buy it.
Yeah.
Today, what happens is you get redirected and you go to the site, and sometimes you may land there, and then the site may behave in a way that you may land up in somewhere else,
100%.
and then you may not end up buying the product because you get distracted. You go five different products you start seeing, and then you may not make a decision to buy, and
Right.
you lost the sale, right? So that's problem number one. And so the benefit of doing the way we are suggesting is now you
Mhm.
get to acquire new customers because otherwise they may have not purchased in this use case. So at least you get a customer, you get an order,
Mhm.
and then you can build lifetime value with that customer. You can market to the customer and so on.
100%.
So that's the benefit you get as a merchant.
I got you. No, that makes total sense. I appreciate you kind of breaking that down for, somebody as like myself, and I'm sure those in the audience that may not understand kind of what that process looks like. And I know that on your guys' platform as well, there's over 11 million merchants that are you're basically able to get integrated with as well. So, my curiosity always comes from a marketing perspective as well. Like, how are you guys as a company, firmly, how are you getting in front of potential, people that you want to work with and people who can partner with you really on your platform and make kind of the whole experience work together?
Yeah, I mean, for initially maybe about 3.5, 4 years,
Mhm.
we were almost on a stealth mode, right?
Oh, wow.
We've been working with one of our large social media platform,
Huh.
but that was more on a stealth mode, right? We were never made visible outside.
Yeah.
But then after we announced the partnership with Perplexity and so on, then people started noticing, okay, what does this company do?
Yeah.
And all that. And so now people know what we do. And it's helping. A lot of customers are reaching out to us,
Nice.
saying that they want to partner with us in different forms or shapes. And so we actually enable five different channels or
Uh,
the buckets of customers, right? One is social platform, where consumers can shop within the social platform. We can enable a native shopping experience. That's one channel.
nice.
The other one is the chatbot universe.
Yeah.
That's the upcoming and very promising field,
Absolutely.
right? And then the next one is the publishers.
Mhm.
So a lot of publishers today are struggling,
Mhm.
primarily because they lose their engagement once they click out,
I
because
got you.
right. So now what we're enabling is this insight to commerce, where they don't have to leave the website of the
Yeah.
publisher. They stay there and they transact within that site. That we're going to go live. I cannot announce it right now yet under NDA. So we're going to go live in July
Nice.
with a large publisher, and then there's many publishers are really keen on going live soon with us. So that there's a significant movement on that aspect as well.
Yeah.
So that's our third channel, and then the fourth channel is the CTV
Mhm.
itself. There we are working with a bunch of partners to go live soon. Uh,
Gotcha.
so there's a lot of momentum there as well. How do we enable shopping by using the remote uh,
Right.
instead of scanning QR code and other things? How do we enable it and make it easier for any brand, right? So you're advertising.
100%.
How do you basically enable shopping within that environment itself?
Yeah.
And the last one is just advertisements on the open web.
Yep.
How do we make it better performant?
Yeah.
These are the different areas, different solutions. Or actually, the last one I forgot is the marketplace.
Okay.
Okay, so there are many marketplaces today where customers go and can see the product, but they cannot purchase it.
Hmm.
You have to click and you're out. You
Yep.
go to the website. So we're again solving that problem as well. So that is something we're going to announce soon. We're working on a part.
Awesome. Awesome. It's almost like you're building out this web almost for your merchants, really to
Yeah,
be able to hit their customers at multiple different points of intent as well. And so I know as far as, for myself as well, maybe I'm looking at, a pair of shoes or a shirt or something to buy a family member for Christmas. If there is too much friction really in that process of wherever I see it, whether, it's an ad, it's on social media, it's on TV, like you mentioned as well, with the current process, there's been many times where, I have wanted to buy something, but didn't end up going through with the entire process just because there was too much friction and maybe I got busy and then boom, I didn't end up getting back to it really. And so
right,
you guys are building out like more of like a streamlined process, really like a buyer journey for your merchants customers, which is really awesome. And even from the TV standpoint, like you guys are going to be, well, it sounds like rolling out a lot of super interesting stuff in the near future. So I know we can't touch on it too much now in this podcast, but maybe we can do a follow up podcast once you guys
definitely,
launch. So that
definitely.
is super exciting. And I know we talked a little bit earlier as well about merchants integrating really with Firmly, I believe is the way that it goes. And so I know that it's more of like a no code process, like you guys make it easier. Can you speak to maybe what that process looks like for a merchant to be able to partner up with Firmly?
Yeah. So to partner with Firmly, you just have to say yes, I want it. That's it. Right. So
Uh-huh.
it's as simple as that. Because I come from merchant background, I know the pain points the merchants go through on day in day out,
Mm.
and the engineering resources how stretched they are.
Yeah.
Right. Normally they have 18 months of roadmap, and now if suddenly a new thing is added,
Hmm.
they figure out, okay, which one should I drop? That's the first conversation that
Hmm.
comes in. right? And there's every feature they want to have to build or support has the revenue numbers tied to it. So now, how do I drop something to add something else? And it becomes a challenge,
Yeah.
especially if you are going to try to pitch to a merchant saying, "Hey, I wanted to work with you, and here is the integration you have to do with me."
Mm.
It doesn't go anywhere, right?
Right.
Because it goes into the roadmap discussion and it just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So one of the North Stars when we started the company was zero change for merchant,
Oh wow.
right? So I love the engineers, but I don't
Mhm.
want to talk to them.
uh, right.
I have to talk to them for enabling these features in this, then it is just not going to happen, right? So I mean they're already stretched, and I don't want to add more burden to them.
Right.
So that's where we wanted to enable it in a way that without any engineering work needed, how do we enable these channels, right?
100%.
So that's basically what we do, where we are able to integrate into the merchant's site natively so that merchant don't have to do any change, code
Wow.
change or anything, and they can receive the order like they normally receive on the website
Yeah.
so that they're happy and the channels are also happy. So everybody's happy in this ecosystem
I love that. So really it sounds, it's built by previous merchants for merchants.
for merchants. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
Unless the merchants are not successful, we're not going to be successful. And I'm
right.
very clear on that. So our mission is to make them successful. Because if they are successful, they'll feed into the whole ecosystem. If they are not successful, then the ecosystem itself won't survive.
100%. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, I haven't really seen anybody providing this type of solution to the marketplace, especially to merchants. You know, is there anybody that you're, I guess, necessarily competing with in the market? Like, we don't have to bring up any names, but are there anybody that is really, providing something like this for merchants,
No,
really?
currently nobody,
Yeah.
because the way things we work on is we bring real-time inventory pricing and able to place order, everything real-time, what we do.
Nice.
So currently there is no solution that's available what we do, right? So
Yeah.
that's at least we're proud of that and my team to
100%.
sort of building this and sticking to this vision for 5 years is not a easy task, right?
Yeah.
So many challenges, ups and downs, but we're able to survive and stick to our guns on that.
100%.
And there are new ideas, new approaches that are being in the industry now, especially on the way of browser automation
Uh,
as another approach people are taking.
huh.
But we're not sure how that's going to play out. Okay, at
Yeah.
least because there's so many challenges that you could run into in the browser automation.
Gotcha.
You may not have a predictability in terms of performance,
Huh.
right? Because when a customer decides to buy,
Uh-huh.
and then once they place the order, you want to know whether the customer also wants to know, is this went through or not,
Oh, okay.
right? And then
Huh.
suddenly if it didn't go through, and then you're going back and saying, hey, by the way, oops, sorry, there was a error that we ran into.
Mhm.
Merchant doesn't support PO box, but you gave a PO box,
Mm.
right? Sorry, you have to give a different address. Now the customer is not going to come back and say,
Right.
now I'm going to give you a different address and so on. No.
100%.
Right. So those type of challenges your browser automation is going to come into, run into. So in our case, you will instantly get the error back saying, hey, sorry, PO box is not supported. Can you give a different address? Okay, at the moment of I'm interested in buying, I would give that. Saying, okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you a different address, and the
Wow.
order will go through. Because a good analogy to that is today
Yeah.
you see so many abandoned cart emails coming back,
Uh-huh.
right? But how many goes back to place the order,
Right.
right? Not many, right?
Right.
So you have to hit the customer at the point of inspiration when they are emotionally charged.
Yeah.
You really want to close the deal. If you don't close the deal, then you lose the deal.
It sounds like it's really just the smallest thing
Yeah.
is what makes or breaks potential revenue for some of these merchants. So I could totally see how you guys spent so much time doing research and development into actually understanding what that buyer journey and process looks like. I think a lot of e-commerce companies as well don't have access, or maybe they haven't done the research themselves to have that much data really to leverage to understand. So super interesting. You guys are doing so much things on, the innovation front. And really, my next question is, what would you say are some goals for Firmly in the next 12 months, maybe related to growth? I know we talked about potential things, new initiatives that you'll be launching we can't really talk about, but is there anything that maybe we can cover, like something that, we haven't covered so far that you guys are going to be rolling out?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what I would say is, the pipe we have built
Mhm.
helps you to build new shopping experiences,
100%.
right? And there are a lot of players today out there in the market thinking creative ways how to, build new shopping experiences.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, so for those folks, the challenge is okay. They bring somehow they bring the catalog and they build some good experience.
Hmm.
But then when the customer wants to purchase, they run into the hurdle of how do we now transact.
Mm.
So for all those folks, we have a solution, right?
Uh-huh.
Don't look around. Just reach us firmly.ai. You just come and reach out to us, and then you will find an amazing solution for you to solve that, right?
100%.
And if you have a marketplace where you're just referring the customer to the merchant site,
Hmm.
if you can always build a great shopping experience within your marketplace and don't have to be incurring all the hassle of being a merchant of record and
Oh,
incurring
wow.
credit fees and all of that headache goes away,
Yeah.
and build a very lightweight great shopping experience within your environment, right? So
Yeah.
there's so much can be done, and we're just in a very early beginning stage, right,
Yeah.
of evolution of new shopping model.
100%.
And our North Star, or at least, our vision
Hmm.
is to become a gateway or checkout gateway for the internet.
Yeah.
Think of that way, right?
Okay.
So like how Google is for search,
Uh-huh.
we want to be the gateway for all the checkouts. Any checkout happens anywhere, you should be able to use
Wow.
our pipe to check out, right? So that's our uh, vision.
Yeah.
So we're going after. So
Very
that's
awesome.
the vision. Yep.
Sounds like you guys are definitely on the right track with just, everything that you're looking into and really trying to stay ahead of the curve with providing multiple different types of solutions to merchants really. And so with all of, the awesome things that you guys have going on, if there's anybody that's maybe watching this and maybe they want to connect with Kumar or they want to check out Firmly.ai, I guess outside of your guys' website, what would be the best social media channel for them really to go and connect?
I mean, LinkedIn is great. We're in LinkedIn for sure. We can reach out to us in LinkedIn.
Awesome.
So all my team is there. So you can reach out to us, any one of us. We'll definitely be able to.
Great. And I will be sure to include links inside of the description of our video. I highly recommend that you guys do go check out all of the awesome things that Firmly is working on. But, really, other than that, Kumar, thank you so much again for your time and for your insights today.
Thank you. Thanks, Jacob. It was great talking to you as well. Very insightful.
Awesome. Yeah, well, thank you again, everyone. And we will catch you guys in the next video.
Sounds good. Cheers.